Getting ahead in business when you're nice. Hey there! I remember my mum saying to me when I was little that you can't please everyone and not everyone's gonna like you. And I remember thinking to myself, I'll show you. So there followed absolutely years of me consciously going out of my way to try and be overly nice. And being heavily influenced by the opinions that were happening around me and being very secretive about what I really thought, which is hardly a set of characteristics that are typecast for a good business person. I think there's this misconception, and I've seen it in some of the business people I've come across who think they've got to be a tough badass to get great business done. I personally think that when I see nice people, that more opportunities seem to come out of it. And it's not a matter of just switching nice on to meet an objective or a goal. If they're genuinely nice people, then opportunities just seem to arise. So I think there's some massive advantages to it, and I think that we can all be nice and be great business people at the same time. One of those advantages is when people like you, they champion you. And I don't know why I hadn't thought about the power of that before, but when people like you, they want to see you succeed. And I should have just thought about it in pop culture terms. The hero or the heroine is always someone that we like. And I know that with people that I have a good connection with and that I like, I think of them more often for opportunities. A great example of this happened recently at a forum that I was at, and it was a small forum of very influential people, which I felt very lucky to be at. And one of the most senior people there and I had met a little bit earlier on. So during the forum, as I was contributing points, he would iterate and back up all of my points, which was so amazing and generous for my credibility in that circle of people who I would later go on to pitch. 2, warmth builds rapport. No matter the status or the role that a person holds, we're all human beings and we all like to feel like we're liked, and we all like to feel like we're interesting as well. As a nice person, you're used to building warmth in your conversations. You give social cues and you smile so that the other person knows that you like them. You ask questions to show that you're interested. I find that when that rapport exists, it's so much easier to pick up the phone to a person to make a proposal or to ask a question, and they're predisposed to want to help you if they like you from feeling this warmth and rapport. 3, you hone your intuition. Nice people tend to do a lot more listening than speaking in conversations, which means there is just years of training to look at what people are saying, to watch their body language and look for other social cues that give you an indication of how a situation is unfolding. And that's great intuition to have because it can give you a hint about when you should communicate a certain message, and it can also help you to understand how a negotiation is going. Number 4, empathy. When you have empathy, you tend to understand people's behavior, why they behave in a certain way, a whole lot better. And those kinds of insights are amazing when it comes to thinking about your customers and why they behave the way that they do, and also helping out with HR issues. If you take these strengths of being nice and pair them with some great attributes of a business person, like not being afraid of confrontation, being able to be firm and direct, knowing when and how to say no, then there's nothing that actually prevents you from being a good business person and being nice. The only thing that you may have to overcome are some of the attributes that people who are nice commonly have. So for example, prioritizing other people's happiness over yours, adjusting your opinion when everyone else doesn't agree with your opinion, just as a natural matter of course, being overly empathetic, and thinking everything is your fault. I'm sure there's so much more that we can explore on this topic, but these are just a few things that I've highlighted that I personally relate to. But look, I'm sure most of you out there are really nice people. I'm sure some of you are but how do you deal with being nice in business? Do you use it to your advantage, or do you completely change your persona? I'd love to hear your comments and thoughts on how to deal with this in the workplace, so please put them into the comments below. So I hope you have a great week. I'll have another video up shortly, and don't forget, do everything before you're ready. Bye.